Hey people, Indrid here, 1v1, Fedred Folly, blue side. It's arthurcloud with a Plague Champion. Starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, can also build turrets and repair, good utility and support. Up against Anter with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support. Fighting in melee begins with a refractor shield. We have the Mordian Iron Guard elite scheme here with their fancy hats. Who needs a helmet when you have big balls and a hat? More heretics for arthurcloud, most likely. Oh, maybe into Noise Marines, because if the Lord Commissar's on the western side of the map, they pretty much have a clear run up to the power. Maybe they'll get caught by catechins or something. We'll see how many gens arthurcloud puts up. Raptors would be useful because they can jump between these points, but the Lord Commissar might make that dicey. He'll most likely get the power sword up. Nothing else on the field, by the way, for Anter. Is he going straight into double catechins? We'll see what the first power purchase is. If there isn't a stomp purchase, there's the Inspire Courage, by the way. Doubling the damage of those guardsmen, but they can't retreat for the duration, just executed one of their models. Only lost a single fella. Alright. Lord Commissar can get onto the southeastern VP. Oh, those guys retreated. Not sure what that's all about. Triple gens up for Anter. So going to get something rolling, that's for sure. We are indeed getting the ground pound first power purchase. I wonder if we'll see the sword next. CSM hanging out in the mid. The Sentinel, as you may have seen on the minimap, decapped this very natural wreck point. Doesn't seem like arthurcloud is interested in capping it back yet. Heretics are on it, I guess. No XP yet for the Plague Champion, was only shooting at the Sentinel. And there's your repairs. It is a power sword immediately for Anter. So they need to apply a lot of pressure with this Commissar. Push down the east side, maybe try to facilitate a power bash, but arthurcloud is not wasting any time getting on the guard power. Stomp comes in, it's a good hit, gets all three models. Guardsman doing some shooty against the Plague Champion, needs to take some cover maybe. Got some heavy cover pipes here. CSM, are you going to melee the Sentinel? You may as well melee it. Doing some good damage, but they're not going to get it. Should have been shooting at the Guardsman most likely to at least lead some requisition. Heretics being chased back by the Lord Commissar. Power Sword is in play. Good specials. Hits lead by example for the inspiration and the disruption and the speed. Such a great ability for 25 power. Smacks around the Plague Champion as well, and nothing of value was lost, and they lost 2 Chaos Space Marines. Holy crap, that was a bad fight for arthurcloud. Not sure why they focused on the Sentinel so much. Maybe if they meleeed it, it would have been stuck there or something. We got double Havocs though to control the mid, and of course if you control the mid on Fedred Folly, you have a great platform to launch an attack on the power. All you need to do, have your 2 Havocs here, rebuff the Imperial Guard, and then you can hit the power. We'll see if Anter plays into it. They should focus the flanks now. Don't play into those Havocs in the mid. I don't know if they've seen one yet. Oh, they've seen one now. 477 to 500 on the VPs. Anter with just 3 units on the field. They've gone for a heavy weapon squad of their own in the mid. So maybe some grenade launchers. I don't think we'll see Raptors at this point from arthurcloud. Not in tier 1 anyway. Maybe in tier 2 to combat stormtroopers and stuff. Hoping we'll see the Psyker and some Ogryns and that kind of thing. Sentinel took a bunch of damage, but picks off some heretic models. Havoc's doing their suppression thing against the Guardsman here, stuck on this ramp, getting some repairs in now. Oh, the other Havocs are back here. Southeast is red for Imperial Guard, and the Lord Commissar's being cheeky, decapping the natural wreck point of arthurcloud. Gets it. Double cap now for Anter. And it's artillery spotters on the way. arthurcloud looking for their tier 2, I guess. This guy's going to die if he's not careful. Runs away in time, he's alright. I guess they just wasted a bit more time there. And it means a bit more healing up in base. Heretics do indeed have an aspiring champion. Thousand Suns elite scheme, by the way. Which is why these guys have hoods and stuff. Looking all cool and aloof. No Eternal War on the CSM. in tier 1 anyway. Heavy weapon squad covering this ramp quite nicely. Although they could stand here and shoot them perhaps. There is no true line of sight in Dawn of War 2. Objects either block shots and or vision, or they don't. Havocs get their firing away. Suppressing the heavy weapon squad there. How are they outranging them? Oh, there's an artillery smoke shell. Does some good damage to the sentinel though at that range. The old Havocs. Grenades doing their thing as well. There's the artillery spot as they call in mortar shells from off the map. I wonder if one day they can give these guys an actual mortar model. That was the idea, but there wasn't one available. They're going to steal one from Company of Heroes or something. Lord Commissar flees. No way he was getting in there. So has that power sword, of course. There's the tier 2 for Antair. Arthur Cloud isn't floating yet. And now they can launch from here, as I said, to the power. They've sent the Lord Commissar packing. Not huge amount of threat to them anymore. The Sentinel can poke at them. The Guardsman can poke at them. I guess the heavy weapon squad could maybe get some suppression from the back, which might be awkward. But this was a great time to push the power. And they might get a full bash because they're not really responding to it. Antair. Maybe they don't feel confident even on the flank with just a Sentinel. And Guardsman, maybe they're waiting for the Lord Commissar to come from the other direction. Havocs are repositioning. Here we go. Good place to be. Gonna get all the gens, I think, at least. Grenade launcher Heretic trying to put some pressure on. Those guys got suppressed. They do have their sergeant that are reinforcing 2 at a time back at base. Enter hits tier 2. Probably not a Chimera with double Havocs in play, but double Stormtroopers perhaps. Would love to see Ogryns, but the double Havocs would be problematic. I guess they can try and get flanks and stuff. That was a good mortar shell there. Heavy weapon squad's getting mighty low. The Plague Champion does really well under suppression. He's not slowed down as much as normal, although he starts off pretty slow, and he still fires at the same rate. So you can plant him in a defensive position and he can just outshoot a heavy bolter. Those CSM got away with all 3 models somehow. Heretics made their way into the backlines, good Doom Blast and all that good stuff. Peeling off a bunch of Guardsman models. They're getting very low though. Guardsmen are going to wipe. Guardsmen do wipe. A little bit sloppy there from Antair. Could have just kept them moving, I think, and shooting with the Sentinel. Maybe they were looking at the Lord Commissar. Tower is still being bashed by some grenade launcher fellas, by the way. Lord Commissar gets some good smacks on the Plague Champion. No levels for this guy. Lord Commissar's getting close to level 3. Arthur Cloud cancels tier 2, gets some Raptors, and then goes tier 2. Okay. So ballsy move. Sometimes getting that late jump squad can really throw off your opponent. I mean, they already have the power sword to counter-initiate a bit. But if they can just keep the Raptors in other areas of the map, they're going to cause all sorts of problems. More Guardsmen here for Antair. I mean, nothing here on the field can do much to the Raptors. I guess the Sentinel can stomp them. And here come Stormtroopers. And with the Raptors on the field, they haven't spotted them yet. That probably means we're not going to see the Primaris Psyker. These guys are a huge danger to the Psyker. Unless they babysit it with the Commissar constantly, which they probably don't want to do. Heretics there with an aspiring champion. No, these fellas. He's a Chaos Marine with bolt pistol and chainsword. Improves their health and is pretty handy in combat. And let's not forget, because he improves the Heretics' health, it improves their damage of the Doom Blast, because that scales off their health. That's why it's always great to get high-level Heretics. Missile launcher Sentinel doing its thing. Tier 2 now for Arthur Cloud. Stormtroopers have no kit at the moment. Getting messed up. They're 15 power out the gate, of course, these days. So they can't hit the field quite as quickly as they used to be able to. Much more of an upfront investment. They did lower the cost of the kits to compensate. But that timing difference and the upfront cost makes a big difference to the tier 2s. If weapon squad sets up early, suppresses the Plague Champion, but as you can see, still moves pretty well. I think think he only gets a 30% slowdown rather than a 60% that suppressed units usually get. Like the Lord Commissar, for example, also doesn't change his stance. He doesn't punch over. 157 to 500. Mucus Discharge in for the Plague Champion. Raptors drop a model. You get 19 red for a Raptor. Single cap here for Arthur Cloud. They've got a big VP deficit to make up. But they're on the front foot, very much on the front foot now. A shrewd choice to get the Raptors in. And Ante hasn't really responded to them. Aside from the Commissar and the Sentinel, I guess. Everything else gets jumped and destroyed. No Ogryns in the field. Blood Crusher now for Arthur Cloud, really giving Ante a lot of stuff to think about and try to counter. There was the Spotter Shell that gives vision. And there's the Mortar Shell, allows the Lord Commissar to get in on the Havocs. The only Havoc remaining, by the way. Other one went down over here. Oh, the Raptor's done for, maybe? They're very low. Lord Commissar's on retreat path, but he's also very low. I don't know if he can hit them both. Maybe the pistol will be enough. Smack, there goes one. Pistol enough? Pistol is not enough. Does level to 3 though. Plague Champion's getting very low. Ooh, should have kept the Lord Commissar in play there. Could have killed the Plague Champion, I think, but I guess they were worried about the CSM and stuff. Good push from Arthur Cloud. Ante really needs to get on their bike and cap and get Matt back. Sentinel decapping the VP. Here comes a Blood Crusher. A Bloodletter riding a Juggernaut. Heavy melee damage. Good mobility. Some cool abilities as well. Lacking a bit in durability. Doesn't have melee resistance. Only 600 hit points. Any kind of hard anti-vehicle. I mean, like 5 shots from the Sentinel's crack missiles probably takes it out. Assuming they're 100 and something damage each. It just gives me a DPS value here, which is not useful for anti-vehicle weapons, in my opinion. I want a damage per hit value here, or damage per shot, whatever. 157 to 428. The shell comes in. Would that have actually damaged the Blood Crusher a fair amount? Look at the shots from the Sentinel now. Blood Crusher needs to turn around. What is it doing? It needs to charge away. I think it's alright. We have an autocannon in play also for Ante. Good damage to all targets. Smaller area of effect. Blood Crusher takes another hit. 1 hit point. Uses Demonic Roar to scare off the Lord Commissar, and they did not keep the Sentinel moving, most likely because the Havocs came in. And the Blood Crusher makes it out somehow. Autocannon ripping through these Marines, kills one of the CSM there. Sentinel taking a lot of damage, but it was used well there by Ante. Just couldn't quite get the kill. It's close. That was clutch right there. Now they need to repair and worship the Blood Crusher. There's a worship, should be repairing with the Plague Champion here, but they're not. Never got a ton of war on the CSM as well. 148 to 428 on the VPs. Still a big VP lead for Ante, but they're having struggle. They're struggling to stabilize on the VPs. Why are they not capping this right now? I mean, I know you have to repair, but spotters could be capping. Big mistake not to be capping this. They could have a 2-to-1 right now. On the power with anti-armor stormtroopers. Another Blood Crusher for Arthur Cloud. Maybe they're looking to rush into base. Because what you can do is chase these guys into base, jump the Raptors in, which would suppress them so they can't move away and they can't shoot. And then obviously you have to retreat the Raptors, but then the Blood Crushers could follow in and kill them. 1-to-1 cap here. Plasma guns and Commissar for these fellas. We have the Demon Maul now for the Raptors. Not sure it was required here. I mean, gives you another model, gives you heavy melee, gives you more damage, of course, but also increases. Oh, that was a weird jump. They killed the Sentinel. Gives you demonic strength as well, which will be useful against single entities like the Lord Commissar. Big burst of damage on a single target and a knockback. Stormtroopers get messed up in retreat. Maybe this is where they chase in. Raptors are available to jump in. There's only 2 models left. They're not chasing. Or maybe they are. They're going for power, I think. 140 to 428 on the VPs. And did eventually get their VP back. It's the Commissar on capping duty. Now looking at this power. Okay, Blood Crushers are maybe going in. They need to get on the autocannon and on the Stormtroopers. Look at the damage this guy's taken already. They're not doing it. They're chasing the spotters for some reason. There's a charge from this guy. Melter Bomb goes in. I think they're going to lose both of these Blood Crushers here. Autocannon sets up. Does a lot of damage. Yeah, they're both done for. Whoops, says arthurcloud. I'm not sure. Everybody got really distracted by this power bash. Here comes a Dreadnought though, that's fun. Tier 3 for Antair. Need a whole bunch of power though for a Leman Russ. Which I'm sure they'd love to get. 1-to-1 cap. Still a big VP deficit, like 300 VPs to make up here, arthurcloud. It's going to be a 2-to-1 for Antair. I mean, they still have a little bit of time, 120 VPs. Need to be careful though. Heretics capping over here. Raptors drop a model. They've been awesome so far though. They haven't dropped the aspiring champion, so it's not a big deal. He of course does not need a helmet. So he rolls. Little garrison usage there. Any more war gear for the Plague Champion? Nope. We're almost level 3. We do have that level 3 Lord Commissar. Now looking to defend their VP. Havocs are going to set up though in time. Not sure what you're going to do here, buddy. Maybe they could have popped lead by example earlier and got in with the speed. But I guess they wanted all of their... Oh, it's going to go down. They wanted all of their energy for the shield and were waiting for the spotters to come in. Couldn't quite get there in time. And the Lord Commissar goes down. That's a big loss. Need that guy up. Doing his thing. Tier 3 for Arthur. Dreadnought with the autocannon by default. And a very mean looking close combat claw. 64 to 428. Double cap here for Antair. Dreadnought can't do any capping, of course. Lob cap here for Arthur for some reason. Plague Champion did hit level 3. I guess they just want to stick together. Use that Breath of Noble heal. On the power now is Antair. 52 to 48. Massive VP lead still. Can Arthur cling on to this? So that demonic strength, which just killed that guy rather than knocked him back. Can they kill these fellas? Surely. Pistols, do it. Nope, 42 hit points. And they couldn't jump again, didn't have the energy to do so. Heretics chase those fellas off. Dreadnought eventually to finish their little meeting on the VP there. I thought they'd go straight for that VP, but I guess not. They need that. They need those triples, eh? Antair has a middling army. They are tier 3. Not enough red to threaten a nuke right now. But a Basilisk Flare could swing an engagement, I guess. Especially with Havocs involved. Stormtroopers being sneaky. Going for the VP. Lord Commissar's back to his feet. That's where the requisition went. And they have the Emperor's Wrath. That's a big investment. This is 50 power, isn't it? It's a really expensive accessory. Also has Bionic Eye. Oh, for Inspired Determination. Probably to buff the Stormtroopers at some point. Give them that double damage. And the speed and stuff. There's the Emperor's Wrath. So, such an awesome ability. What is it, technically? Just as artillery. Oh, it's Basilisk rounds. Okay. 150 damage each. Nasty. Autocannon's done for. Antair might have just lost the game here with these losses. That might be it. Invested very heavily into the Lord Commissar right at the end of the game. I don't think that was worth it. Surely you needed numbers on the field. I mean, it might have been worth it if the... Well, I guess it did wipe the Havocs. Havocs did not get away. Here comes a Chaos Predator. That might be nailing the coffin. They have a Dreadnought and a Predator. You have to keep them close together. There's no way the Stormtroopers can chew through both of them. I say that, it's still a double cap for Anter here. Arthur Cloud down to 22 VPs. No cap game. But looks like it's going to be a 2-1 for Arthur. There's the Melter and the Melter guns. But they were just outshot by the CSM, who's level 3. They don't even have a ton of war. Poor bastards. No favour of any gods. Lost the indicator for the Lord Commissar, but he's busy capping away. Stealing some power too. There you go. Noding it as well. Getting some vision of the mid. Nothing there. Down to 19 VPs Arthur Cloud. Here come Kashyyyk for Anter. Elite ranged squad that can change their ammo to combat a bunch of targets. Here comes a Mark of Nurgle Chaos Predator. Making it slower, much tougher, gives it health regen and melee resistance, and makes the main autocannon shoot green Nurgle stuff. Makes it less impressive against large targets, but the damage over time is good versus infantry fellas. Such as these infantry fellas, they're not going to like it. 2-1 for Arthur. They've got the Raptors able to jump to any of the VPs at the top. That's smart. And they're stabilizing mid. There's the Emperor's Wrath again. Just caught the edge of the CSM we were trying to cap. Should be facing the other way so they can shoot. And there's the that was the tier 3 spotter shell, I think. Yeah, the heavy mortar. 125 damage on that now. But this is a fight that Anter cannot win, surely. Here come Melter Stormtroopers. With the Kashyyyk. Got that first melter, but they got wiped. They just got wiped. Kashyyyk can have a melter gun upgrade, don't they? They were using the grenade launchers there. I thought they had their melter gun upgrade now. 2-1 for Arthur. And honestly, I mean, it's a big VP deficit, but they should be able to hold on here. They've lost their power, which could be problematic because they don't want to take anything out of the mid, I don't think. Heretics are busy repairing. Plague Champion had to run there. Okay, these guys are going to try and shoot it down. Upgrade to CSM. Surely they deserve it. Give them Mark of Corn or something. They can just rush into stuff. Yeah, I think Mark of Corn would be good on these guys. Shut down the ranged potential damage. Stormtroopers are now going to wipe. Raptors have been awesome. They must be level 4. No, they're not level 4. Another melter in on the Dreadnought, but it survives. And stuff is just dying over and over. Kashyyyk are back. Yeah, they are getting melter guns. There we go. So they get these upgrades for free. It does seem to take a while, though. It's not 20 seconds, is it? Seems like it's more than 20 seconds, but I could just be misjudging. Lord Commissar went down over here. Plague Champion is a capping, and CSM are on the southeastern VP. They gave up shooting the power because it was taking a while. Here come Ogryns for Anter. I mean, they could bully one of the points, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Arthur Cloud just needs to sit on these 2 points now, basically. But it's still good to do this as well, of course, with a double cap, maybe even a triple. Tank right up here, sitting pretty at level 2, getting repairs even. Any more war gear for you? No, level 4. Lord Commissar level 4 as well and down. Ogryns hit the field. Maybe we'll see Bullgryns then. Not sure if it's worth the investment, because you need to buy the Bonehead Leader. Yeah, he's 80-25, another 130 to turn them into Bullgryns. And I mean, why? I wonder if they can 1v1 the Raptors at level 1 against level 3 Raptors with user red timed. Maybe. Maybe it depends if they can get their demonic strength thing off before they get knocked over. 19 to 234. Unable to stop that cap. The sneaky Kashyyyk. Plague Champion heals himself. Goes straight back to that VP. Here are the Ogryns to scare off the CSM. Now they can take this VP. not sure if it changes the landscape. I mean, I don't know what else they could have got. Ogryn is not a bad shout, but they need more. They still have time. They still have over 200 victory points. Not a huge amount of time. I don't know if it was worth upgrading the Lord Commissar this much. I mean, Emperor's Wrath has done some work, I guess, but it's so expensive. I don't know why these guys just got... Is it going to last that long? How long does that last? Doesn't tell me. They did it for the... Yeah, it's not going to last long enough to make a difference. Just wasted a reinforcement cost there. Oh, hey, we have some Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines. These are new fellas, though. Old fellas ain't got anything. Lots of death for the Kasrkin. 19 to 168 rocket run. The second run doesn't hit, though. Just a matter of time now, I think. I don't think Anta can do much. Here's some Bulgrins, though, which is cool. So this slows them down a bit, but does give them a longer charge range. They get a little bit more melee DPS. It's still heavy melee. And these big old shields, it gives them 15% ranged damage resistance just off the bat passively. They also get a bit more health regen, I think, and even more health regen when they're in combat. Swaps use your red for use your shield, which cuts their speed in half, gives them a bunch more damage reduction, and suppresses everything nearby. But it is going to get shot down by vehicles here, I think. Raptor's jumping in, suppresses them. There's use your shield. Looks like it's doing damage, but it's not actually doing damage. I think he gives them another 20% ranged damage reduction. Maybe it's all damage reduction actually. But yeah, it's not enough. Very much not enough. 19 to 123 on the VPs. I'm sure this was very tense for Arthur. Gotta be very careful about the VPs, but yeah, they just sit up here and they should be okay. Don't show the rear arm of the tank though. They should be closer to this VP, I think. They don't want sneaky Kasrkin coming in getting a decap. That's to this flare where they thought they were. Lord Commissar is still level 4. Can they get a good Emperor's Wrath? It's going to be tough. Maybe wait for things to charge in on the Bulgrins. There's the Emperor's Wrath. It's a good one. It's a really good one, actually. Kind of drove into it there. Raptor took a lot of damage. Heretics almost got wiped. Raptor's in trouble now. Bulgrin's smacking them up. Killed 2 models really quick. They do, I think it's 42.5 heavy melee when they are Bulgrins per model. So it's a hell of a lot. DPS, that is. Pretty scary. On the tank, this tank does have melee resistance, of course. Maybe they should be going for the Dreadnought instead. Just getting shots up, and here come Mark of Khorne, Chaos Space Marines, level 4. Oh, these are the original fellas. Well done, lads. You've got an Eternal War upgrade and you got a Mark. Eventually. No way, says Anter. There's a triple cap and it's the game for Arthur. They got it. Good hold. Some shrewd choices. Good power harass. Some mistakes from Anter along the way, of course. But a solid game. Had a level 6 Lord Commissar. Sorry, level 5 Lord Commissar. Level 6 Plague Champion. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.